between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
To kick off for Baltimore.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky being chased out left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Steelers, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick six. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard pickup.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Trubisky will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Tucker now to add the point after.
For the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Ravens 14. Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 67 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Watch 36. Blue. Ready?
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And now we've got a stoppage and a timeout here called by the defense. It's their first of this first half as they look to regroup and hopefully stop the 2-point conversion coming up. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Steelers 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Justice Hill. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, and now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
His kick is
the point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First down, Baltimore.
From the gun, Jackson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up second.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson now. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Complete to
Mecole Hardman. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They go play action. Trubisky going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Intercepted.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On first down, this is Geis. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Geis, the ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
6 at the 41-yard line.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Geis, the ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
54,
They go play action now. Jackson letting one go deep for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete to number
Keenan
13.
Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. But can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
4-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's McFarland. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Trubisky to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Anthony McFarland, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They go play action with Jackson. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
The Raven 1st down.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Play action. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
On the keeper. The tackle made by Devin Bush. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one. They may come back to it again.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. the gun. Trubisky flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. On the screen, this is Coleman. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this. Lead and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time the big swing was taken and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Baltimore.
Now Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando. We check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Returning it, Hill. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Keenan Allen, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Trubisky to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron.
Trubisky's
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Steps away to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Here we go on 4th down. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the ground, it's McFarland. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Trubisky. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
36, line 36. Get the way.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Watch 36 to Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Alert. Check the hot read.
Here's Trubisky. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check 6 guys. He's moving, boys, moving.
Now it's Trubisky. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
It's Coleman here. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tevin Coleman. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The dangerous Hill now to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The throw down on the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, Ravens.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run with Geis. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. For it, and he will. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now 4th down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Bring it. 25, check 25, check 25. Tighten up. Word to work. Ran, go.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And now here is another interception. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and burn some clock with Geis. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Geis with the carry on second down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Jackson. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And it's 3rd down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
And the 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
There's nothing but pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
54-yard attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. 5-36. Double.
Here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. picked off near the 34. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
By the Ravens.
Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Baltimore, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.